Okay, it's your friend Lukie. Super janky fight preview this week. Couldn't get a guest. I've been all over the place, so we have to do it this way. Interesting fight that we're going to talk about. Gabriela Fundora, arguably the best women's boxer, probably in her prime right now, undisputed flyweight champion. She's making a mandatory defense against, and the name is in the bio, Marilyn Badillo. I don't know much about her. All of her fights have been in Mexico. I believe this is a mandatory opponent that I know of. Fights happen in Front Wave Arena, Oceanside, California. It's happening April 19th, and it's going to be on DAZN, etc. Both undefeated fighters. Badillo has one draw. Fundora's looked about as good as any prospect in the sport of boxing. And really, to me, this is just Fundora became an undisputed champion. Now she's rightfully becoming a main event fighter. Now she's atop the card. I think she's one of the most promising fighters on the Golden Boy roster, and she is an emerging face in the division. You look at the activity since January of 2024, which feels like a longer time ago. She stopped Christina Cruz, then has gone on to just fight interesting and good fights. She's stopping really good opponents. Gabriel and Alens and Arlie Musina, both are like what I would call top tier opponents in women's boxing. She's really, in my opinion, also merged out of her brother's shadow. It's easy for people to lazily compare her to her brother. I don't think that happens anymore. How do I assess this fight? I have no clue, but out of respect for Fundora, I would assume she is going to have a sensational first undisputed title defense. And I think this is going to be the start of her solidifying herself as one of the best women's boxers in the sport, which I think she's already done. But part of that journey is also getting these big opportunities, these main event spots, getting the media, getting people to anticipate seeing her fight. Even if you don't know the opponent, she does the heavy lifting to carry shows. This is the beginning of that. And I think in 3 to 4 years, she's going to be a big name in the sport of boxing as long as she continues to win. She has a very exciting style. She's a knockout puncher in a smaller weight division. To me, she's just going to be someone that's, this is an Nvidia stock from maybe 5, 6 years ago. It's just going to go up, 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 and more up. It's a shame that I don't know much about her opponent, but that's kind of what happens in women's boxing in some of these divisions. And to be honest, in men's boxing below basically bantamweight, and even at bantamweight, really feels like until you hit featherweight, you can kind of get really solid contenders that you're just not qualified to speak about because the fights just don't impact television, or they're not as seen as much, or maybe your interest shifts to divisions that you find more compelling, even though the talent might not be there. I think this matchup could be a very interesting one. I greatly favor Fundora, but I also think it's going to be a matchup in which, it would be hard to see an upset here. If she were to lose, this would be the upset of the year, in my opinion. I would have trouble believing anyone would take that from her. Now, if you want to see the rest of this, actually, you have to listen to it. You don't get to see the video of it because I'm lazy and I just do the audio only. Go to my Substack. My Substack's going to have the boxing schedule preview for the week. It's amazing. I think it's great. If you're a hardcore